For instance, we don't got no circle.
But she Hispanic, so
Good,
she
man.
black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me.
None in the school. Nobody seen that it was running out.
Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a
Get mine off Amazon, but I got some at the house, so.
Instead help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans, but we was hurting all the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete, but the white man dealt his hand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand, cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant, cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it, cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading, cause I don't play that shit. Address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood, we was strapped 10 toes down, we wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss, cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats, but the Bible is the G code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. My dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, we're about to start the class. You got any question? Anybody got any questions? All right. Make sure I don't forget this. I gotta write this down. Bring out this slave narrative. Slave narrative. What pages we on? Oh, I got it. I got it open. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Hey, I'm Priest and Officer at the Wagga Bar. This is the Wednesday night law and history class. I got Officer Abadia Ale in here with me, and I got young man Jeremiah in here, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about, LGBTQ. That's going to be mostly part of the topic, and then we'll talk about Southern poverty law. So, like, let me fix this. This title. We'll talk about the Southern Poverty Law Center, who say that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is a hate group, an extremist hate group. Well, they came down with an indictment, the Trump administration, on the Southern Poverty Law Center, alleging that they were funding the same organizations that they were in business to stop, such as the KKK. What do you know? But we're going to get into, is there anything, some current events or anything like that? I'm trying to think before I go into this, before we get into it. What has been happening other than that? That's like one of the newest stories in the news right now. Of course, the war in Iran. You always gotta remember that is ongoing. It is ongoing, so don't sleep. Turn and face the east and get your brick in and start serving the Lord. And stop acting like life is going to be the same tomorrow and the day after. At any moment in time, things can change. So always remember that is going on when it comes to what's going on in the Middle East. And we're going to talk about something that they're trying to bring to the Middle East, which is a gay festival in Israel in June. That's what they're planning to do. Ooh wee. You know, the Lord is incensed, is angry, and his ferocity is going to rain down on this place. It's going to rain down on this place, and these people are very delusional to call themselves God's chosen people and to participate in things like that in the Holy Land. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna get a video. So okay, y'all give me a second. I'm gonna get a video with Kev on stage. Now, this video, I think this happened a few weeks ago, but I recently saw it. And Kev on stage is a comedian. I guess he's kind of like a Christian comedian. I believe he's the brother that broke down crying to his wife about how hard life is, and I think that video went viral. Kev, I know that he has notoriety and he is like famous in the social media world, but I don't know anything real big with Kev on stage other than doing videos and stuff online. So Kev on stage is like a Christian comedian. All right. So he was on what's the brother's name? The one that wears the big hats, the football player, Cam Newton. He was on Cam Newton's show. And there's a clip that I'm going to play. Let me just get this clip. Let me get this clip so we can get into it. All right, because we got some scriptures. We got a good amount of scripture to go over. Let me see. So like it. See, about this is what I'm talking about. It's all changed around. And so it's all changed around. Let me. Yeah. Somebody went in there, Salaki. Somebody went in the background and they changed my whole thing around. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to that brother about that. Wasn't I just talking about this? That's crazy. Yeah. So let me see what I'm gonna do here. I'll just pull it up like this. We'll put a background, okay, and we will get this video. Okay, what I want. Let's go into here. Right, here we go. Oh, so I might be able to work it.
Be vocal about loving.
Let me see. Okay. There we go.
I've been pretty vocal about loving LGBT people. Mm-hmm. And that just doesn't go over well with a lot of church people. And it's just, I've been thinking about this a lot. And if I go to Judgment Day and God is like, Kev, let's talk about your love for LGBT people and all the things you said, I'm going to take my chances with whatever happens. Mm-hmm. If he ends up being like, and I didn't like that, well, man, I thought I was going to go with love. Yeah. You know, the word Christian, the IAN in Latin means to be like. So a Christian is to be like Christ. To me, my understanding of the Bible, false teacher,
prefacing it,
a false teacher, just a nigga. That's all I am. Jesus led with love at every point.
At all points.
At all points. Even when the law, the adulterous woman, and listen, I'm not a theologian, so y'all can dissect this and say I don't understand. That's totally fine. The adulterous woman, the religious scholars try to catch him up. They say this woman committed adultery. The law says we're supposed to stone her. What do you say? And the legal thing the right thing would be to stone her. But Jesus, in my understanding, came to do what was good, not necessarily what was right or legal. So he said, okay, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So to me, you could have legally stoned her, but he chose the goodness of letting her go walk away unscathed. He was always with the sinners and the publicans and the tax collectors. These are the outcasts of society. I'm
gonna stop right there. Now, this brother is he's the embodiment or the epitome of the mindset of the Christian church, of Black people in the Christian church, how they view LGBTQ, sin in general, anything against God, and how they view Christ would have behaved if he would have encountered somebody that is living that lifestyle or doing that wrong deed or whatever the case may be. Now, he brought up the fact that Jesus would have moved with love. He would have moved with love. What is love according to the Bible? What is love according to the Bible? Go ahead, Abba.
It's like love is obedience.
Scripturally, what is love according to the Bible? Anybody in the comments? Shalat said, you're right. Love is keeping the commandments. Go ahead.
It's like 1 John 5 and 3.
Let me hear it.
Come on, the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
That we keep the commandments. That's the love of God. But Christians have this weird form of what love is based on the theology and the traditions of man, saying what Christ was all love. Now, I want to get the example that he just talked about in the Bible. Let's get this example of the woman that was caught in adultery. So where are we at? John 8 and 1. Give me that. Give me John 8 and 1. We're going to get this scenario that he just brought up. Said he moved with love. He let, he didn't allow anybody to stone her, and he let her go. Let me hear it.
Come on. This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act.
So this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. It wasn't no hearsay or 2 and 3 witnesses. No, she was caught in the very act. And these Pharisees brought her to Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?
So Moses, in the law of Moses, you would be stoned for that. You'd be stoned to death. People would just pick up rocks and throw it at you. I've seen where, a reenactment where they'll bury your body halfway in the ground. And your arms, you can't move your arms, and people just throw stones at you, hitting you all in your head until you die. Go ahead.
Verse 6. This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahushua stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not.
Mm-hmm. Keep
so
going.
when they continued, so when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Right. So Christ said, whoever is without sin, you cast the first stone. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst.
Keep going.
When Yahushua had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? Verse 11, she said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, neither do I condemn thee.
Mhm.
Go and sin no more.
Go and what?
And sin no more.
And sin no more, Kevin. The story didn't end with Christ stopping them from stoning her because she was caught in the act of adultery. That's not how it ended. It ended with Christ saying, sin no more. Don't do the thing that got you in this position anymore. Don't do it anymore. That's what true repentance is you never do the thing that you used to do anymore. You turn from your old wicked evil ways. That's what the Christian church doesn't understand. Now, the fact that he's saying love and Christ, he allowed her to go free, says in the mind of a Christian that I can keep doing these things. Like there is no real judgment for me living an LGBTQ XYZ lifestyle because, you know, Christ died for me and Christ is all love. So there is no real judgment. Christ is all about love and forgiveness. But Christ told this woman in the very act, don't do it anymore. Sin no more. And what was that? What was that whole in that instance? What happened right there? Because it said earlier in the precepts that the law of Moses said that she should be stoned to death. But what happened with Christ? In the whole scenario, what we teach in the school. What? Go ahead.
He forgave her sins.
He forgave her, but in that forgiveness, what was that?
Mercy, grace.
Grace. Thank you. That was grace. That was great. It wasn't an instant punishment by being stoned to death. He said, listen, I don't condemn you. You know what I mean? Like when we look at our people and we talk about what's wrong with our community and we talk about not celebrating holidays and all the things we say don't do to Black and Hispanic people, and they get upset and say, why are you judging me? Why are you judging? You ain't God. Only God can judge me. What, we can't judge matters? We can't warn you of the impending destruction that's going to come upon you? We can't be a siren, a warning siren. That's what we do. But in establishing that, in establishing that, we give you grace to the hearer, to the person that actually hears what we're saying, and they are convicted in their spirit about the truth of what the scriptures actually say and say, you know what? You know, I'm going to change my life. I didn't die in my sin. I didn't die when I was committing adultery. I didn't die right then. The woman's husband didn't come and hit me in the head with a stone and kill me instantly, or the man, or vice versa. The man didn't come and shoot me through the heart with an arrow. I didn't die instantly, but now that I know, I'm not going to sin anymore. This is something that the Christian church, this understanding escapes the mind of Black and Hispanic people in the Christian church. They just don't get it. They think that you have this unlimited amount of things you can do against the Lord, and he'll just keep on forgiving you. Okay. Now, go ahead, Abba.
So, like, if I could, I got to preach to what you were saying about the judging.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Come on. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? The smallest matters. You judge small matters every time. Now, precepts talks about, don't you know that the saints will judge the world? The saints are the Israelites, okay? The repentant Israelites. And also, you judge on a daily basis. You make hundreds of judgments throughout your day. You decide what you're going to do, where you're going to go, who you're going to go around. Should I go this way? Should I go that way? And then the seriousness of each judgment varies. So it varies. Some things are meaningless, but you're making these judgments. So, you know, and then there's some things that are like, okay, do I want to hang with this crowd? Right. Do I want to entertain this person? All right. You know, you make judgments all the time. You look at a person and you look at them and you see how they dress, you see how they talking, and you make a judgment in your mind about the person. Now, given you can't judge a book by its cover, but you do make judgments every day about people.
in things in places. That's normal. In Christianity, now judgment now becomes weird. And they say, oh, you're not God. How can you judge my lifestyle? You're not God. When we're simply saying, if you don't change, this is what's going to happen. God is against your lifestyle.
Right.
Who made you judge and jury? Why don't you what do they say? What is the one thing they say? I can't remember right now. It's something as far as about like why you worried about me? Why you worried about why you worried about my why you worried about my life? Like, something to that. I can't remember the phrase. But we make judgments all the time in our regular everyday life. You choose who your friends are. You make judgments on whether you're going to hang with a person. You make judgments on whether you're going to go to certain areas. You make judgments based on the information that you know. And so judging is something that the small matters, we do that every day. Right. Now, when it comes to judging your soul, we are not the judges. The Most High is the judge. And he is the one that is the lawgiver and brings the sentence down on you. And when that happens, can't nobody help you. But in the meantime, we're not judging. We're warning you. We're warning LGBTQ people. We're warning people that celebrate these different holidays. We're warning people that eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We're warning you. Like I said, I think I said that last week. You probably have never had an issue of health issue, and you eat crab boils and crawdabs and all kind of stuff, right, that are abominations. But when you hear the priests and prophets of the Lord tell you you ain't supposed to eat these things, they're in the law, they're unclean food, they're bottom feeders. Once you hear that, we can't be held accountable for what happens to you. Then you're going to start having health problems because you've been exposed to the truth of God and the understanding of God. And you've seen a shed of the light out of your ignorance that, hey, damn, I ain't supposed to be eating this stuff, but damn, it sure is good. Oh man, I know, I hear what y'all saying, but man, I can't let go of my crab legs, man. I can't do that, man. I can't stop eating bacon, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on pork chops and ham, man. I can't stop. I'm sorry, man. Like if anything else, I can stop. I can stop smoking cigarettes, but I ain't letting go of my pork. Right. I understand what God's saying. And then that's on you. And that's when the Lord bring his judgment. You know what I mean? Let me get a little bit more. I'm gonna play. Go ahead, Ibad. You got something to say?
So like, if I could, you would much rather want a man of God to give you a judgment from the Lord. Once you get to the Lord, it's over with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, you don't know what he's gonna do.
I would much rather be convicted in my spirit by a man of the Lord, like Ibad is saying, than to feel the judgment of the Most High. I would rather just like be able to get it and understand it and work towards that than to just be judged by the Most High. Right. Like what like the Most High is like, what do I need with you? What is the point? Like, you got to really think about this. This should scare you. What is the point of your life in this world? There's billions of people on this planet Earth. Why does the Lord need you? Why are you so special? 150,000 people die every day. Why are you so special? Why is your dreams so important? Why is your aspirations why do they mean so much? Why are they so important? I got on Facebook today, and a sister that I've been friends with since like 2016, I seen that she passed away. I don't know why she passed away. Beautiful sister, healthy, all of that. But I seen all the well wishes and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, like, that's messed up. She had 3 kids, 3 girls. And I'm like, I made a post like that about a week ago. Said 150,000 people die every day. So in other words, be careful what you say and what you mock. Right. Because you could be next. It was coming on the cusp of the story with the sister that went to Africa with the white man and was unalive. Yeah. So it made me wonder, I was like, I wondered, did that sister see my post? Like, you know how your mind think. But the point is I'm saying is, what makes your life so important to the Most High? What are you doing for the Most High? Out of all these people, what makes what you want to do so important? You got plans to go to Cancun next year. Who's to say you even going to be here? You get it? So, yeah. You had anything else? I'm gonna play some more of this. So lock it.
People he spent time with. I think a lot of times, we want to be, we being Christians, we want to be the chastisers and then the correctors of people. I don't choose that path. I choose love over and over, partly because the main reason was very personal to me. I was raised, queerness is a sin, being gay is a sin. I was raised that way. And I remember when my son was born, I held him, when I grew up, people was like, my son was gay. I kicked him out. Like that was commonplace. Yeah. Remember when I was holding my son, he was premature. He was like 4 pounds. So he was about this big. He didn't even touch my elbow. His head was here. His legs kind of finished right here. And I remember holding him like, man, I'm so sorry. It don't matter who he loves. I'm not going to kick him out. He don't have nothing but us. Like at that, man, I didn't say nothing to nobody in church about this. I just remember having this thought internally.
Kev says that he's standing on love and that he remembered when he was growing up, people in the church shun LGBTQ relationships. And if they had a child that was a part of that community, they was kicking them out. When he had his son, he's sitting there looking at his son, newborn, and says, I can't kick you out. I'm not going to kick you out. First of all, why are you even thinking about that when your child is a baby? It's like you already you are already thinking your child is going to be gay. And he's saying, I'm looking at the baby like, I can't kick you out. I can't do this. You're all I have. Let me tell you something. If my son or daughter come in the house talking about you're out of there. You're out of there. Strike. You're out of there. You understand? Like, you don't have to accept that. And sometimes unfortunately, that's what happened with a lot of parents. But you know what prevents that is raising your child in the way that you want them to go. Now you're going to raise them that everything is love, son. And like the sister said, he's so soft and gooey. Everything is love, son. And everything is so soft and gooey and warm and charming, soft. What do you think is going to come out of that? What do you think is going to come out of that? You're going to have you're going to raise an effeminate son that's going to turn into an effeminate LGBT man. That's what's going to happen. So all in all, man, like the scriptures say, if you could, give me the one with train up a child real quick, and then we'll move on. Matter of fact, give me 1 Corinthians. Give me 1 Corinthians 6. 1 Corinthians 6. This is something that Kevin doesn't know, and this is something that many people in the Christian church doesn't know. When they talk about what we say, they say, "Oh, y'all brothers living in the Old Testament." Well, this is in the New Testament. When have you read your Bible? When was the last time you read your Bible as a Black Christian? Go ahead, Art.
Like 1 Corinthians 6 and what?
1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 6 and 1. No, 6 and 9. So like here.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminates. He said, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with love. And I'll go before the Lord. I'm gonna lean on that, and hopefully, the Lord rewards me. I'm paraphrasing his words, but he said, I'm gonna go on love. And hopefully I don't. Let me get it. Hold it, Bob. Let me see if I can find it again.
I thought I was gonna go with love. Yeah. The word.
Okay, here we go.
If whatever happens, if he ends up being, I'm gonna take my chances with whatever happens. You said, I'm gonna take my chances with whatever happens. If he ends up being like, and I didn't like that, well, man, I thought I was gonna go with love. Yeah.
This is what Kev is saying. He'd say if he met he come up before the Most High. Said, I'm gonna take my chances. And he ain't like that. Well, man, I was gonna go with love. This is what the Lord thinks about a soft, tender, effeminate man. Read it from the top again.
Come on, Khan. The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators,
Mm-hmm.
nor idolaters,
Uh-huh.
nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Nor effeminates, meaning men that have women-like tendencies, men that are they're not necessarily LGBTQ, but they are tender, soft, and emasculated, like this brother right here. There's ooey and gooey. Go ahead.
Come on, Khan. Nor abuse of themselves with mankind.
Or abusers of themselves with mankind. Now we're talking about LGBTQ. Those people are not going to inherit the kingdom of God. This is him talking about God, talking about, standing on love. What about what the Bible says?
Right.
This is the New Testament. This is what the whole Christianity that black people are in today stands on. The New Testament. Its foundation is shaky, but stands on the New Testament. And the New Testament is saying the same thing as the Old Testament. All right. If you could, wait, keep going. Keep going. Is there any more on that? You could drop. No, you could drop that. What you wanted to say something? Give him the mic.
I was gonna say.
Hold on.
I was gonna say his chances is 0.
His chances are 0 before the Most High.
Yeah,
he gonna take his chance and he gonna strike out. The Most High gonna say, "Listen, I never knew you, man. Know what the hell you talking about this love? Keeping the commandments was the love I was talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're showing more love to your children by teaching them what is right and what is wrong according to God. Not about was some freaky, zeeky, gooey love in your head. This is love because you are able to express your sexuality. The Lord don't give a damn about your sexual preference. That is meaningless in the big picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Lord don't give it does, but at the same time, it's like that is not even, who cares? You're talking about a group of people that live and move based on their sexual preference, not on their morals. You understand? Not on decency. Have you seen some of those pride parades? Have you seen how these people are flamboyant and flaunt themselves in front of children? It's the same as Sodom and Gomorrah, and we're going to get into Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, brother. Shalat said he juggling balls in front of the Most High. Salakia. Nigga is really a court jester, juggling balls. You know what I'm saying? But now let's get this. I'm gonna send you the story real quick. They're going to they're planning to have the biggest pride festival in Israel in the month of June. And we're going to read the article, and I'm going to pull the article up on screen. It's from the Jerusalem Post. Okay. Let me see where we at. Sent it to you. You get it? You said it's a link? Okay, hold on. I'll forward it to you. Let me see. I forwarded it to you. You got it? Okay. So let me share the screen. Lock it. This is crazy. Brothers done messed up the whole. Let's see, maybe I can do it real time. You can start reading about it. I'm just trying to fix this.
Come on. This is the Jerusalem Post 4-day Pride Festival to be held at Dead Sea, largest in history of the Middle East. Pride Land is not just another festival, said the main producer and initiator of the festival, Aaron Cohen. It's the biggest thing we've done here. Israel is set to host the Middle East's largest ever LGBT festival at Dead Sea in June 2026.
So read that again. Good night.
It says Israel is set to host the Middle East's largest ever LGBT festival at the Dead Sea in June 2026.
Dang. So this is the Holy Land. This is the land where the Israelites were kicked out for doing the exact same thing, for following other practices, serving other gods, and being idolaters, and they were removed out of the land because of it. And these are supposed to be the chosen ones, the so-called people of God that's decided. Let me see. I want to make sure everybody. Let me set this. The so-called people that were taken from the land are returning to the land. Right? It says that they're going to call this Pride Land. Now, this is in the middle. This is in the desert, in the area of the Dead Sea between Tel Aviv, Ashdod, and the Dead Sea, which puts it in the area of the 5 ancient cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Keep reading on.
Come on. The new festival, Pride Land, intends to transform the Middle East of the Judean desert into a colorful pride city from June 1st to June 4th.
So they're supposed to, it's going to be like, I guess you can think of it like out here, like Coachella.
Right.
How it's in the desert. They go out there and set up and turn it into a mini city with stages and all of that. Well, this one is going to be even bigger than that. Go ahead.
Gaychella.
the Ibad said Gaychella. That's what they're planning in the land of Israel. Go ahead.
It says the event intends to create an experience broader than parties or performances, instead aiming for a space that is alive 24 hours a day. With 15 hotels, beach complexes, parties, and a central performance arena, all operating around the clock.
That is crazy. Now, you got to understand this. The American government sends billions of dollars to Israel. Israel is at war with Iran because they have the investment power and the money from America. That money comes from the tax dollars from Americans. In fact, Israel, they have a high percentage of people getting government assistance, welfare, and it's through the tax dollars of America. Now they're going to fund the biggest LGBTQ festival in the Holy Land from the tax dollars of America. You understand? They're changing the desert, like they said, into did they say an oasis? They're going to change it into a gay-asis, and they're going to have 24-hour services and build, what did it say, 15 hotels?
It's going to be in partner, 15 hotels,
In
complexes.
In partner with 15 hotels and beach complexes, meaning because it's, you know, they're probably going to be sending shuttles from Tel Aviv to this area in the desert where our gay chilla. That's what we're going to call it. It's called Pride Land. But this is what they're doing in the Holy Land. If you could, let's get the story. First, let's get Leviticus 20 and 13. Let's get Leviticus 20 and 13, and we'll get the definition of Sodom. And you know what? Just hold that. I'm going to play a video. I'm going to play a video. I think it's good to play this video at this time. This is because, you know, a lot of people say the Bible ain't real. First of all, if the Bible ain't real, why is it that time, it stems from the birth and death of Christ? Time itself, if the Bible ain't real. Secondly, you have people claiming to be God's chosen people in the Holy Land that everybody is fighting over. Thirdly, you have many artifacts and many areas that have been excavated that show you that everything that's written in the Bible is real if you just do the research. And this is a video that show you about Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I want to get this.
So I'm up here on the site.
Stop the screen. Y'all just bear with me. I'm log in.
Called locally Numera, and this is the site that the archaeologists associated with Gomorrah. So here you can see that ashy layer that's just underneath the surface. This is full of burned pottery. It's full of the fragments of human bones. The question is what evidence is there of this burning sulfur that rained down? Well, it seems that the culprit are these sulfur balls that are also found in this area.
Now, this is an archaeologist that has found, plenty of archaeologists have went there to the areas of the 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. They surround the Dead Sea. I'm going to pull up an image. Well, this is just maps, Google Maps. And I'm going to pull this up. We'll get a little interactive. Let me share screen share one more time. So maybe I should make this big. Let me make this big. Okay. So when we're talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? What you see right here is this is the Dead Sea. Right here. Okay. Sodom and Gomorrah. Can they see my cursor? I don't know if they can see my cursor. Well, maybe I should do it. I'll do it another way where I can actually write. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna try something.
Yeah, come on. We can see it.
You can see my cursor.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So yeah. So this is the Dead Sea. And around the Dead Sea is the 5 cities. Now, this is modern cities, but Sodom and Gomorrah would have been on this side. You do have Arad, which is a city that is still there, right here. This one right here where my cursor is. And you had another one, I can't remember the name, but it was 5 cities that surrounded. So right here in this area, so you have Jerusalem right here. So look at Jerusalem, look at my cursor. So about right here in this area is where they want to build this gay oasis. These are the areas of the 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? Let me get back to the video. So let me just scrub through here.
The vicissitudes of these two early Bronze III cities of Babydra and Numera may well be reflected in the stories of Sodom and Gomorrah in the
I just want to show you that it does exist. So what he's digging out of the ground, all over the ground, is bitumen. And it comes from the brimstone that fell on Sodom and Gomorrah. Not only that, is you find human bones all throughout. Like many people died in this event where fire rained from heaven. Okay, now let's get, if you could give me the story. Let's get Leviticus, and then let's get a little bit. I don't think I even have to go into it. Should I go into Sodom and Gomorrah? We can go into it. Let's get Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's get that. Get Sodom and Gomorrah and just show you, because a lot of you Christians, you don't understand the Lord is not playing with you in this alternative lifestyle crap. You may think that it's all good now, but it's going to be bad for you. And think about this. They out there, like, think this isn't a time of war. They're constantly shooting missiles at Iran. I think it might be a ceasefire right now. But you know, these people are not, they can't even keep their word. They're shooting, Israel shooting, breaking the ceasefire, Iran breaking the ceasefire. It's wartime right now, and they're talking about having a pride festival. Now, hey, it'll be mighty messed up if something happened during that pride festival, of something rained down out the sky during that pride festival, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm just saying, that's something to think about. That's something to think about it. I mean, to think about. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could,
Go ahead.
it don't sound like Israel is getting whooped as much as they trying to portray they are. They're trying to throw a whole festival.
Yeah.
Y'all doing
Con.
it in the middle of a war.
Con.
Destroy like y'all is.
And you're going to build a gay aces in the middle of the desert of nowhere. And I guess the Iron Dome is going to protect the gayness. I don't know. Maybe the Iron Dome going to protect it. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Hey, if the Lord do something to you, I don't know.
Yeah, the Lord might do something to you. We don't know. We can't call it. Well, listen, but we can't judge small matters, though. We can't see with our own eyes and judge matters and say, okay, I mean, but hey, the Lord has the final say on if something going to rain down from the sky. Go ahead. You good. And I got a good slave narrative for you. A good one. Gonna bring this up out of the Lay My Burdens Down. This book right here. I got a good account. You're gonna appreciate this one.
Like, I got it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there came two angels to Sodom at even,
Mm-hmm.
and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground.
Mm.
And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet.
So these brothers must have looked glorious, right? Because he got on the ground, and it was customary for when you as an Israelite came to another town that a brother or sister will invite you in and wash your feet. That was a common gesture in those days. Why? Because people wore sandals, right? And that was one of the that was a form of hospitality to refresh a brother or sister, right? You can imagine walking, just imagine you wore house shoes, sandals, but just walking in the desert, and you get somewhere and somebody says, take off your shoes and wash your feet. Many homes would have a little pool in the courtyard in order for that very purpose. Keep reading.
Verse it's like, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly.
So these angels came and he wanted to invite them into the house and they could stay. And they said, no, we're gonna stay outside. We're gonna hang outside all night. Go ahead.
Oh God. And they turned into him and entered into his house. And he made them a feast and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But
Go
before
ahead.
they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom.
Wait, let me just stop. I was just thinking about that. Can you imagine? Because this is the same idea of you being from LA and another brother being from New York. Could you imagine, coming out of town, a brother inviting you, seeing that you're his people, he invites you in to give you refreshment, wash your feet, in our time, take a shower, wash your, rest, relax, then prepare a meal, a good meal for you. That think about how good that would feel. You know what I mean? To be received like that. Well, you can feel that good. You can be received like that in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, right? You go to another town and you'll be surprised with how brothers and sisters, the level of hospitality that they show to you. It might bring you to tears the way that brothers and sisters look after one another and care for one another and make sure you get to where you're trying to get to, whether it's raising funds, getting airplane tickets or whatever the case may be. That is how we should treat one another. But how do we treat one another when somebody else comes from out of town? Who is this nigga, man? I don't like that nigga. You don't even know that brother. Yeah, that nigga from out of town. I don't like that nigga. I don't like that. So, sucking on your lips and, looking mean mugging and everything. That's how we treat one another. But this is our culture in the Bible. Although he didn't know that these is angels, he thought these were some sharp brothers, but still, this is how it was customary for you to treat a stranger, an Israelite born in another area that came to your town. Go ahead.
Okay. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned into him and entered into his house. He made them a feast and did break unleavened bread, and they did eat. Before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them.
That they when it says that we may know them, they wanted to have sex with these angels. They didn't know they was angels, but they seen some new they seen some new meat in the town. Like people, you see somebody new, you never seen a new woman. They seen new men. And they circled the house, the old man and the young man. They wanted to have sex with these men. That shows you how vile and disgusting that society had become. It had become a society where, damn, you had to protect your manhood. You talking about we live in a society where a woman got to be careful, around being around men and getting snatched up by men or getting, somebody slipping a drug in your drink and all of that stuff. The date rape stuff like that. We're talking about a time where they see a man and they want to have sex with the man. They a gang of men that is trying to take down other men. That's trying to SA other men. Said, tell them niggas to come outside. We want to know them. And they was talking in Kev on stage voice. We want to know them. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love, soft, and gooiness. We want to know them. Bring those dudes out. Bring them out. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after
him.
And said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which had not known men. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you.
Listen, Lot was willing to give these men his daughters that had never been with a man. He said, don't do so wickedly. Don't do this. What are y'all trying to do? You trying to take a man's manhood? Like what? Keep reading. Go ahead.
Something that just stood out to me was when Lot opened the door,
Mhm.
walked out, he closed the door.
Yeah.
Knowing that if you left that door open,
Yeah, somebody gonna try to run up in there.
That's how
But
violent they were.
but that's how it is anyway. That's how it is anytime. Think about anytime it's a situation and somebody brings something to your door as a man, you're gonna come outside and close the door. You you're not coming up in here. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 9.
Mhm.
It's like, and ye do ye, it's like, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
Uh-huh.
Only unto these men do nothing.
Yeah.
Therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
Uh-huh.
Verse 9, and they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn,
Mhm.
and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them.
So now he's saying now they mad at Lot because they said you came in here, you ain't even from here. Now we're gonna deal worse with you, right? But the thing is that they didn't even want no woman. They didn't even want no woman. Think of how strong how fiery and flame that demon is. A man that don't even want no woman. Those men exist today too. They just DL though. They don't even want no woman. They might act like they like women, but they really want a man. And they don't want any man. They want a hardcore, man with a beard and muscles and all that. It's a diabolical demon. It's a demon that is, from the depths of hell. But this demon does exist on this plane of earth. You know what I'm saying? Amongst our people. Keep going.
Okay. And they pressed upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
They was damn near gonna push Lot through the door to get them some tail. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door.
So these men were angels, but they pulled Lot in the house. But this is the thing you got to see about this situation too, is that they pressed upon Lot. They wanted these men. They would not take no for an answer. That is the spirit of LGBTQ.
Right.
They want to press upon you their will. They want to push it on you. We have these conversations all the time about, right? Where you're into a good show, a new show, and you into that show, you know what I'm saying? You got your little popcorn, your snacks, you watching this show, you watching episodes, you've been watching. You're like, damn, this is good. And then they put a scene of LGBTQ in the show. You like, damn, why you have to mess it up, man? Right. You didn't have to put that in it. Why did they even put it in the show? The show would have been good without this gay scene. Right. But it's like they want to push it on you in every way. They want to push it on you through television. They want to push it on you through brochures. They want to push it on you through commercials, social media. They want to push, and force their will upon you. That is a demon. Right. You understand? That is a demon that is in that lifestyle that wants you to convert. That wants to, it is a spirit that wants you to will to it. You ever see how they act? You ever see how they act when they try to talk to someone? They can't take no for an answer. They'll LGBTQ woman, lesbian woman will, what they call them, a stud, will press on a straight woman harder than a man. They can't take no for an answer. Just like these men in this story, they couldn't take no for an answer. They pressed and pressed. Every time that the lesbian woman sees that woman, she gonna holler at her. She gonna keep hollering at her because that demon wants what it wants. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord.
Listen, the angel said, do you have any family? Because this place is about to be destroyed.
Right.
Because the cry, meaning the sin, the evil of this place has raised up before the Lord. And now the Lord is about to destroy this place. You know the rest of the story. We don't have to go into it. You know the rest.
Right.
The Lord rained down fire and brimstone and destroyed 5 cities. It's called Sodom and Gomorrah. That was just 2, but it was 5 cities. And right here, I've just showed you that they found the ruins of these cities. And in the ruins, they found the bitumen and the brimstone that fell thousands of years ago. And you can still take it and light it, and it will burn like a candle. Meaning when this stuff came down on their towns and their cities, it was like balls of wax that didn't go out. They just was on fire, and it burnt the city down. They found burnt bones and pieces of pottery and all of that stuff, and also the fire and brimstone. It's still there where you can actually go get it, take a lighter and light it, and it will burn. Matter of fact, let me just play this and we'll move on.
So where are these sulfur balls coming from? They're coming from this geological formation. You can see sulfur balls, what is called in situ, in place. They're placed right here in this particular layer.
Let's get it. Let me see.
It's really nasty.
So he's taking one of these sulfur balls, this bitumen, this fire and brimstone from Sodom and Gomorrah, and he's lighting it up. This is thousands of years old.
Okay, so this is one of the reasons why sulfur balls would only be preserved in water, because if they strike the land, then they're going to burn up. You can see the goo. It's just melting down to goo and then dripping off. So really, anywhere that they would have landed on land, they would have burned up like this, and they would have burned anything flammable around them. This is how the cities in the plain were burned. However, if they would have hit the water of the Dead Sea, that would have extinguished them.
So what he's saying is that a lot of them fell in the Dead Sea, and they were preserved. And they were preserved, and then when the water level went down, you find them all in the dirt everywhere. They're everywhere. You understand? After the rain erodes a lot of dirt away and exposes them. But they can still be lit to this day. They're still flammable to this day. All right. Now, let's get Leviticus. What is it? Leviticus 20? I asked for 20 and 13. This is something that the Christian church needs to know, that the God that they say they believe in is not a fake God. He's a real God. And he destroyed real places that follow LGBTQ. And the people who say that they are the real Jews today, so-called, are about to have an LGBTQ festival, the biggest festival ever in the Holy Land. I guess they might not be the chosen people. Ibad, Jeremiah, I'm not thinking they the chosen people, right? It seems like they're doing everything against the God they say they come from. Go ahead, Ibad.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them have committed an abomination. If you could, Ibad, give me the definition of Sodom. Or if you could, the etymology of Sodom, the breakdown of the word, okay, where we get sodomy and sodomize, where that word comes from. I think it's self-explanatory, but because we're in class, let's break this down. But the Bible says this is in the law. So if this is in the law, the Torah, this is what the so-called Jewish people, Israelis, claim to be their heritage, but yet they're having a gay festival in the Holy Land. So it sounds to me like these people that claim to be the chosen people of God don't even follow the Bible. They don't even follow the Most High. They do their own thing. So why are they respected as the people of God? Why do people even look at them as the people of God? You shouldn't look at them as the people of God. The people of God were destroyed in many destructions and many captivities. And one of those captivities being the last captivity, they went to the West Indies. They went to North, South, Central America. The children of God are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those are the people of God. And yeah, I know you say they can't be it because some of them are LGBTQ. Yeah, because they're ignorant of their heritage. But that's why the Lord rose up the I.S.U.P.K. to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true heritage and to not live like the heathen that are round about them, not live like Americans, not take on the culture of America, of Canada, of Asia, of Europe, of Western society, but find their heritage, find the culture in the Bible, which prohibits a man being with another man, a woman being with another woman. It prohibits it. It don't say you should just love. It don't say that. It says to separate yourself from something like that. And in old times, you would have been put to death for it. But after Christ, you have grace to change. The question is, once you hear the truth of the Bible, will you change? Or will you say, like Kev on stage, I'm a go on love. I'm just gonna lean on love and listen, I'm gonna take my chances with the Lord. When he should have took a chance of opening up the goddamn Bible and reading what the Lord said about it. Go ahead, give him the mic.
Man, he'd be like, hey, I'm just a nigga, man.
Yeah. Lord, I was just a nigga. I didn't know any better. I was a nigga just trying to serve you. The whole time you could have opened up the Bible and you could have read, nigga. You could have listened to the priests and prophets of God that have been set up. You could have did a deep dive in research and found out what I'm saying. I don't know why it's so hard for Christians to even open the Bible. Every time I hear a Christian talk and they say something pertaining to God, I look in the Bible and I don't see it. I'll be like, damn, where did he learn that from? Because it's not in here. It comes from their oppressor. It comes from Christianity that the white man gave your great-great-grandfather while he was beating his goddamn back on the plantation. That's where it comes from. And it's not in the Bible. Okay? Go ahead, Abba.
The etymology of Sodom.
Let's hear it.
It originates from the Hebrew word Saddam, which is our certain original possible meaning, burning, scorch, or bitumen pits.
Didn't I say that? Bitumen. Go ahead.
It says the name is associated with the biblical city destroyed by fire.
Mm-hmm.
The term entering English via Old French, Sodom, and Latin Sodoma. It's like if I could.
Mm-hmm.
In the interlinear concordance before the Sodom and Gomorrah, the story in the Hebrew, it says burning. So before the whole LGBTQ part of it,
right? Burning.
Yeah,
now, give me the definition of sodomy.
come on, God.
Or does it go into that?
Sodomy?
Does it keep breaking it down, or it
stops there? But I can get it.
Yeah, give me the definition of sodomy.
Okay. This is the definition of sodomy.
Mm-hmm.
It says unnatural sexual relations.
Unnatural. It's unnatural.
Right.
It's unnatural sexual relations. This word is a breakdown of the etymology of Sodom, of the biblical Sodom. Go ahead.
Such as those customs imputed to the inhabitants of biblical Sodom, especially between men, but also with beasts. From Old French sodomy, compare late Latin Salaki. I can't even say that one. The sin of Sodom. From Latin Sodoma in Middle English. Yeah, come on. That's what we're saying. But,
that's it.
Yeah, come on.
That's what it is. Unnatural relations. The Bible also calls it, I think it was in Romans 1:25, it calls it a vile affection.
Yeah, come on.
The Bible calls it a vile affection. And they say it's love. But even in the New Testament, it's called a vile, meaning vile means disgusting, detestable affection. It's a form of an affection, but it's vile. No different than a person having an affection for an animal with bestiality. Yeah, it's a form of affection, but it's a vile, disgusting, abominable form of affection. You understand? So that's it on that, right? Let's see where we at, what I want. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I think we covered everything with sodomy and everything, as far as Israel having the largest gay festival in June in the land of Israel. If these were truly God's chosen people, you wouldn't even have a pride festival in the land of God. And the Lord destroyed the Israelites because of their adherence to the ways of the heathen. And this is definitely just another way of the heathen, okay, following after other people, right? And I'm not saying that, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that the Israelis, Jewish people in Israel, are God's chosen people and they need to get it right. I don't want you to get me wrong with that. What I'm saying is that in ancient times, the Israelites, who are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we sin against the Lord in the land, and that's the reason why we're not in the land today. So imagine the ferocity and the wrath that the Lord is going to rain down on these heathens that are in the land, claiming to be Jews and having pride festivals. It's going to get ugly. It's going to be nasty. And like I said, that pride festival, the largest ever, is going to be in the same area as the biblical Sodom and Gomorrah, those 5 cities. That's spiritual, y'all. That's spiritual, because I don't know if you really get this. They are going to have the largest pride festival in the Holy Land in the same area of the biblical 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, if the Lord decide to rain down fire and brimstone, or maybe even a few missiles from Iran, listen, who am I to judge? It is what it is. All right. Now let's get, I want to get this story right here with Southern poverty law. Matter of fact, I could you get this? Oh, let me see. Because I don't have an article. I got a video. Salaki, I got a video. Southern poverty law. Hey, Tawada, Michael. If you want the 5 cities, the brother put it up there. The 5 cities, put it in the comments. 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, now this is a video with Southern poverty law was indicted by the Trump administration for basically fraud, okay? For sending money to the same organizations that they were supposed to be trying to destroy or take down, such as KKK. Well, they're sending money to people like that. Meanwhile, the Southern poverty law said that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge
Good afternoon.
Was a hate group. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me find an art. Let me go to their website and see what they say. Yeah, you can. The AC is pumping. I'm going to find. Oh, shit. I didn't even have to go far. I just have to look it up. It popped right up. Good night. Well, let's see. Because I see they have a page. So. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read a little bit. Y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna share this screen. This is the Southern Poverty Law Center. Okay. Radical Hebrew Israelites. Southern Poverty Law Center designated hate group. what is related to general hate, location across the United States. It says, since the late 1960s, the radical Hebrew Israelite ideology splintered to four increasingly anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-LGBTQ, xenophobic, and misogynistic sect of groups who preach they and only they are the true Israelites of the Bible and perpetuate the anti-Semitic belief that the so-called Jews have stolen their identity and birthright. And let me just show you something real, because they said anti-Semitic. Let me get the let me show you the definition. You know, a lot of people have, I think Kyrie Irving, Nick Cannon got into it with got into some controversy with Jewish people over saying that, I believe Nick Cannon said that when he was talking to Professor Griff, he said Semitic people were black. And then I think Kyrie Irving said something like, I can't be anti-Semitic. I am a Jew. Something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. It's been a while, but let me share this just so you can get a breakdown of Semitic. Matter of fact, let's see what it says.
Semitic,
right? It says Semitic, and remember, they saying Israelites are anti-Semitic. Semitic refers to a subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family, including Hebrew, Aramaic, and Amharic, along with ancient languages like Akkadian. Originating from the biblical name Shem, it describes people primarily in the Middle East who speak these languages, which is characterized by a shared 3-consonant root system. Now let's get let me see what the Merriam says. It says relating to, okay, it says the same thing. All right. So black people cannot be anti-Semitic. We are Semitic or Shemitic, meaning coming from Shem. I don't know why they take the H off. It's Shemitic. We are a Shemitic people because that is our lineage. Shemitic people, okay? So let me get back to what it says. It says, I'm going to drop it. It says, okay, I'll go right here. For radical Hebrew Israelite groups, however, I'm sorry, okay. The continued struggle of Black indigenous people of color in America can find clear similarities in the narrative of Judaism, particularly the book of Exodus, persecution, displacement. So they start off by kind of like saying what Black people have went through can be compared to the narrative of Judaism. Like they trying to make it like Black people is like they went through their stuff, and because it looks like it can be Judaism, it's easy for them to identify with it, right? Let me keep reading. It says, particularly the book of Exodus, persecution, displacement, and enslavement mirror Black people of indigenous people of color's experience in many ways, both historically and systematically here in America. For most of the Hebrew Israelite community, the similarity is a source of empowerment and not a cause for condemnation, right? Anyway, the point is, and I'm not going to go too deep in it, but the point is that Southern Poverty Law Center called the I.S.U.P.K radical Hebrew Israelites. And let me just see, it said something about Commander Jenny Hanna. I know it said something right here. It says, Southern Poverty Law Center designates the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge as a Black separatist hate group. The SPLC places I.S.U.P.K within the radical Hebrew Israelites category, a group of extremist sects within the broader Black Hebrew Israelite movement. Southern Poverty Law Center classification lists I.S.U.P.K as a hate group due to its anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-LGBTQ, and misogynistic beliefs. Why am I not, can't say this word? Ideology. I'm sorry. The ideology, I.S.U.P.K, based in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, and led by Commander General YAHANNA, is characterized by the Southern Poverty Law Center as promoting a theology that considers themselves the only true Israelites of the Bible, and that the so-called Jews have stolen their identity. We can prove that. We can prove that. We can literally prove that. We can prove that with Jewish scholars who say they are not the biblical Israelites. We can prove that with Arthur Koestler, who says that if they are in fact Israelites, then they have to be a 13th tribe, because nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in our history shows that we are connected to the ancient Israelites. We can prove that with so many sources that we are the real Israelites and they are not. But this is Southern Poverty Law Center who says that we're a hate group and they call us extreme. And I didn't know. It's new to me. I didn't know that loving your own people was considered extremism. I didn't know that. That's new to me. That's new. That's new to me, right? Well, let me get to this story. Let me drop this. Wait, what was right here? So we'll drop that. Okay. Get this DOJ story.
Today, a few minutes. Good afternoon. Today, a few minutes ago, in the Middle District of Alabama, a grand jury returned an 11-count indictment charging the Southern Poverty Law Center with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. According to the charges in the indictment, the SPLC is a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling these groups. As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred. The indictment describes this conduct in detail, but one troubling example is that the SPLC was paying a member of the leadership group that planned the Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 that resulted in the death of 1 person and injured dozens more. This particular person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years. In total, according to the indictment, between
and look at Cash Patel to the right. He looked like he a damn deer in headlights. He looked like he done snorted a line before they even got up there. His eyes is just blinking and he's just staring hard.
In 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million to 8 individuals at least. These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, United Klans of America, National Socialist Movement, Aryan Nations Affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle Club, the Nationalist Socialist Party of America, Nazis, and the American Front.
So what do you know? The Southern Poverty Law Center said that the I.S.U.P.K is an extremist hate group. Now, their job is to stop hate groups and to monitor these hate groups like the Ku Klux Klan and Aryan Nation. But they found out they were sending money to these groups and they were stoking and fueling more controversy within these groups. So they were doing the opposite of what they claimed to do. Meanwhile, saying that I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA was a hate group, an extremist hate group whose ideology shows that we, hate, we're anti-Semitic, we're misogynistic, what were some of the other things they said? We're misogynistic, we're anti-Semitic, we're a separatist group, we're against LGBTQ. All of these things can be found in the Bible. And yes, we are against LGBTQ when it comes to our people. Show me how LGBTQ fixes black people. Show me how us saying that we are God's chosen people and we're lifting up the spirits of our people, saying don't do drugs, don't hate each other, don't pick up guns and hurt one another. Fix your nation. Treat each other with kindness and respect and honor. Why is that extreme? How is that extreme? Like, I didn't know that loving your people and preferring your people first was extreme. You know why? Because when I look across America, I see every other nationality do the same. And it's not extreme. But all of a sudden, it's extreme. And everything we say can be proven with verifiable facts, ancient history, scholarly history, that the people in Israel today are not God's chosen people. They are not the biblical Israelites of the Bible. We also can prove that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians came to this side of the earth through many ways, through taking and bringing themselves over here, also through the transatlantic slave trade. That can be easily proven. It can be proven that Black people went into the interiors of Africa, into West Africa, and there were hundreds of Israelite kingdoms in West Africa that are documented. One of the people that documented this is Alan Godbey of Duke University in 1930, who stayed for a long time in Africa, traveling around Africa. I can literally pull out sources. I'm a historian, by the way, if you didn't know. I can pull out sources. So Southern poverty law says I.S.U.P.K is bad. Meanwhile, they're funneling money to racist hate groups that they're supposed to be stopping to fuel them to keep stuff going on. That's what is alleged in this indictment. You know what it reminds me of about is, the war on drugs. Now, the war on drugs was about them getting the drugs, getting those small time Black men, those Black male drug dealers off of the streets. That was a war on drugs in the media. But behind the scenes, they were funneling drugs and money in Nicaragua. And they were selling drugs in South Central Los Angeles. They were doing covert missions behind the scenes to destroy Black people. That's what it reminds me of. Go ahead. Do you have something to say?
So if I could, it seemed like they were just trying to get the other guys out the way. They trying to knock out the competition.
Exactly.
Like, y'all doing our job. We the drug dealers. You know
right.
Like they trying to. Like,
and so that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that thing. If you could, they think about it and they practice it. Okay. They think about it on their beds and they practice it because the power is in their hand to do so. So you're pointing the finger at a people. You're saying now, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're extremists. Thank you, Michael Love. Yes, it's the Iran-Contra scandal. You're saying the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we're extremists. We're a hate group because we don't agree with LGBTQ. After you want to shove it in our face, you shove it in Black and Hispanic people's face. You shove all of these alternative lifestyles in our face through movies, Hollywood, brochures, all of that. And because we don't accept it, we're extremists. And because we don't accept that the people that you believe is God's chosen people that are shooting effing bombs at Palestinians that can't even defend themselves, those are God's chosen people. And because we don't believe it, we're a hate group. When it is proven that they are not God's chosen people, Benjamin Netanyahu, that is not his real name. He got some kind of European name, Miloskoski or something like that. He changed his name to sound more like he's from the Middle East. These are white people, Ak. These are people that hail from Eastern Europe, from Poland, Ukraine, Russia, around the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea. These are the ancient Khazarian Empire, the Khazars, the Ashkenazi. These are the ancient people of that area that decided to follow that. decided to follow the ways of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So they didn't have to pay tribute to the Byzantine Empire and to the Muslim Caliphate. And so they can be an independent power. And so they've been practicing this thing for over 1,000 years. And now they believe they are God's chosen people. But I bet many of y'all that believe that did not know that before they created the state of Israel, you know where they wanted to go? You know where these Jewish people that were considered Jews in Eastern Europe wanted to go and create a place to stay? Uganda. Uganda. Thank you. Thank you. Zero Day said his surname is Milikowski. That's Benjamin Netanyahu. That's his surname. Go ahead. Excuse me. You had something? Was you raising your hand? They wanted to go to Uganda. That's where they wanted to go to. Before they went to Palestine, before they went to Israel, they were thinking about going to Uganda in Africa. Imagine the havoc they would have created right there. So we are a hate group. We're an extremist group by Southern Poverty Law because we don't believe the lies of this place. But they can be hardened criminals with the right to say, yeah, these people are a hate group. These people are this. These people are that. Meanwhile, they're criminals. Meanwhile, they're plotting on Black and Hispanic people. Behind the scenes. Just like America has always done. Go ahead, Abba. Let me hear that.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Mm-hmm.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
The Bible says the woe, destruction to them that practice, that think about these evil things, these evil plots, while they lay on their beds. And then when they get up, they practice these things. They do these things to the people who are weak in this society, to the people who are the meek of the earth. They do these things because it is in the power of their hand to do so. But the Lord said, woe unto them, destruction unto them. And what you're seeing right here is, infighting in the white man's kingdom. And I love it. I love to see them fighting each other because that is what it's going to come to. It's going to come to all of these nations fighting each other and destroying each other. And you're going to see that at that moment, that's when we are going to rise. That's when God's chosen people are going to rise. We're not going to have to lift our finger. We're not going to have to be like the Israelis and hurt people and shoot missiles and bombs to be liberated. You know why? Because our ancestors didn't have to do that in ancient Egypt. They didn't have to lift a finger. And one more thing about this LGBTQ thing. You see what the IDF is doing? There's videos. You can go look this up. Their soldiers, when they capture these Palestinians, they are sodomizing them. Literally, I have to say it like that. I got to make sure I don't say anything wrong, but they're literally, when these IDF soldiers capture men, I'm saying men, I'm speaking men specifically, but they are doing this to women too. So let that be a lesson to you women out there that think that you don't need a man. Because when war pops off, guess what happens when they capture women? I don't think you want to think about it. Okay? Everybody has a turn. I pray you understand. But on top of that, what they're doing is when they catch the men, and you got to think about it, these are Palestinian men that are, Islamic. They are going up in their behind. And they're saying this on video. And these are the same people that you say are God's chosen people. You better wake the hell up. These are not God's chosen people. Because when they catch these men, when they catch these hardened Islamic warriors, they're having the largest pride festival in their ass. I pray you understand. They're going to have a pride festival coming this June in the Middle East. And this is the spirit of those people that claim to be God's chosen people. If you could, let's end that segment. Salakia. Let's end that with Them that say they are Jews.
Come on, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9.
Right.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Uh-huh.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
It's blasphemy for people to say they are Jews and they are not. Go ahead.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
They're the synagogue of Satan. And you have to ask yourself in your mind, who are the people on the earth who have, since I've been alive, and when I look at history, what does this world history say? Who are the people in modern time? Right. Because we are at the end time. What does the world say? Who are the people? Who are the people that are chosen people of God? Who are the people that call themselves Jews? There's only one group of people. As Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't like, this is a very young understanding. This is since 1969 that we are the chosen people of God. We have not been calling ourselves Jews. We've been known as Black people, Negroes, Africans, African Americans. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've been known at. But there is a people on the earth that proclaim with the top of their lungs on the top of every mountain that they are Jews. They are God's chosen people. This is who the Bible is talking about. If you could give me Revelations, what is it, 3 and 9? Let's get that one. 3 and 9. Get a little bit more. These are the people that at the top of the mountains, they shout, "We are the Jews. Israel was promised to us 3,000 years ago." It is not Black people that is saying that. It's no other people on the planet that are saying that. Right. Yeah, we're saying it now, but these people proclaim to be God's chosen people with a fierceness that cannot be matched. In fact, they took the word from, I believe it was a German poet that first used the term anti-Semitic, and they used that word as a way to, as a label to throw on anyone that just speaks against them, even if it's the truth. Even if you say something that is truthful, they say you're anti-Semitic, you're anti-Semitic. We're gonna cancel this. We're gonna take you off of this. And they have had the power. 50% of them own the NBA, NFL, Hollywood, Diamond District. I mean, they don't sound like they're in poverty. The last precept we read says, I know your trials and tribulations, but you are rich. I know your poverty and your trials and tribulations, but you're rich. Right. The real Jews would be in poverty. The real Jews would be struggling. They wouldn't be running half of the world. The music industry, you know, it's mostly ran by Jewish people. They're not having their sons talk about their daughters through that music. They're not using that music to destroy their people. They're using it to destroy your people. Right. The real Jews, the Israelites. Go ahead. Let me hear it, Abba.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews.
Go ahead.
And are not. But do lie.
But they do lie. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them to come at thy feet and worship. So like I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved thee.
This is the thing that you got to put in your mind and put in your spirit. Those people out there that's about to have the biggest pride festival in the land of Israel are not God's chosen people. Those people out there that are killing Palestinian babies and blowing up hospitals with women and children are not God's chosen people. Right. Those people over there hail from a place that is, they never ever touched the Holy Land until 1947. They're not God's chosen people. Right. But what you do understand this. There's going to come a day when the world is going to know and the Lord is going to make them worship at your feet. That's right. Black and brown people. They're going to get on their goddamn knees and worship at their feet. And the whole world is going to know that the Lord has always loved Black people. That's right. No matter what people say, whatever they put, the labels they put on you and say you this, you're 13% of this, you're a criminal, you're this, you're ugly, you're all of that. remember that you are the children of God, and the Lord is going to make it known, and they are going to be in derision, and he's going to put them on the goddamn ground in the dust to kiss your feet, and for them to understand that he has always been on your side. You better know that. You better put that in your spirit. Put that in your spirit and don't ever forget it, because that day is very near. As they act up and act stupid in the valley of what the Bible calls the valley of Jehoshaphat, listen, we look forward to the day that they start pressing buttons. Start pressing nuclear buttons. Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, North Korea, Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, start pressing them goddamn buttons. Right. Get angry and get mad, because that means that Christ is right around the corner. Our deliverance is right around the corner. All right. Now we're going to drop that. Now I'm gonna read from this book. Well, I'll have you read. This book is called Lay My Burdens Down. Now, there's many books you can get with the slave narratives. And, you know, through the 1930s, the United States government sent out reporters to talk to ex-enslaved black men and black women to hear, huh? Oh, yeah, you can put it in there. So through the 19th, you want to back up, come up, back, come back more, right there. That's perfect. So through the 1930s, the United States government was sending out these reporters to record the experiences of a lot of black ex-slaves. And so there are many books, and some of them you can even go onto Library of Congress and actually hear the words, the recordings of these ex-slaves that were in slavery. Okay. Now I want you to read the portion where it is all of it that's highlighted. Okay. Now this is an excerpt, and it doesn't give the name. It doesn't give the name of who is saying it, but we're going to read it. Go ahead.
This is page 46 of Lay My Burden Down.
Mm-hmm. And remember, it's recorded. The way it's written down is how, you know, that Southern slang and talk of how black people talk during that time. Go ahead.
Page 46 of Lay My Burden Down.
Mm-hmm.
How I learned such. Well, I's done learnt it. It come to me when the Lord gives such power to a person. It just comes to him. It am 40 years ago now when I first fully realized that I has the power.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was always interested in the working of the signs.
So this slave said, 40 years ago, I realized that I always had the power, but I always was interested in the working of the signs. Go ahead.
When I was a little pickaninny, my mammy and other folks used to talk about the signs.
When I was a little pickaninny, a little kid, my mammy and them used to talk about the signs. Go ahead.
I hear them talk about what happens to folks because a spell was put on them.
Uh-huh.
The old folks in them days knows more about the signs that the Lord uses to reveal his laws.
That the what?
That the Lord uses to reveal his laws.
That the what?
That the Lord uses to reveal his laws.
This slave is talking about the signs that the Lord reveals to use his laws. Right? His laws. Now, when you talk about slavery, when you talk about the indoctrination on the plantation of slavery, that was about Jesus Christ, slaves obey your master. That had nothing to do with laws.
Right.
Okay. This slave excerpt is talking about the laws. Go ahead.
The old folks in them days knows more about the signs that the Lord uses to reveal his laws than the folks of today.
Mm-hmm.
It am also true of the colored folks in Africa, they native land.
It is also true of the colored folks in Africa, they native land. Now we know the transatlantic slave trade, we came from Africa. And let me just say something to you real quick. As I'm in the census record, looking up my records of my forefathers, I'm at the foot of slavery. Okay. I'm at my great grandfather, and we're in 1870. Okay. His father is listed as coming from Virginia. As I'm looking at the listing, it's other people there, and you have people that say they came from Africa. That's a cut to you FBA niggas talking about we was already here. Slavery never happened. Okay. Keep going.
They native land. Some of the folks laughs at their beliefs and says it in a superstition.
Mm-hmm.
But I am knowing how the Lord reveal his laws.
I am knowing how the Lord reveals his laws. This is from a slave This is that narrative of a slave that is talking about the laws of God and how when they grew up, their foreparents used to talk about the laws of God and how the Lord reveals his laws through signs and wonders.
Right.
I pray you understand. Listen, this is the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Junior YAHANNA. I'm the Wagabar. I'm with Officer Abad Allah and Trooper Jeremiah. Listen, the water for everybody that was in the class. We will be back next Wednesday. All right, let's clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. I pray that you got something from this class and learned something from this class. The water for all the brothers and sisters that was in here, Michael Love, Zero Day, Shalat, Kapa, Kalmaz Baf, Geron, Hinaro, Sheila, Lord in Christ, Hinaro, Sheila, Madana, Sister Madana, Princess Asa. Let me make sure I get everybody. Sister Maparium, Kodashia Allah was in the house. Most high in Christ for everybody up in here. Shalom, Yahweh Shem. Oh, wait, the water's, oh, that's 0 day. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yashab Baraka. I want to make sure, I'm just making sure that I get everybody. I'm looking at the comments. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. All right.